Hello, true art believers, and welcome to tonight's live art stream. This is Pierson here. I am the number one live art streamer in the world, and you are watching day 277 of 300 Days of Drawing. Even after doing 277 of these, I still don't know what the title of these. I just kind of change the title as I go along with it. I don't really have like a set title for them. Anyways, we're gonna do something new. We're doing some comic drawing. So I got some ideas here, and we're gonna start out by doing some warm ups, and then possibly start working on some of this comic that I just kind of started. Obviously, these are like the rough sketches, but as time goes on, they'll get a little bit better. So without further ado, let's begin our live stream, our live art drawing. And welcome. I hope you're having a wonderful day today. So today we're just going to be working on this comic character, this comic look like miniature comic, like a mini comic or a mini zine, um, for about 20, 30, about 30 minutes or so. But first, let's do something. Let's zoom out here, and we're gonna do some warm-ups. Okay, we're just gonna do some warm-ups, some quick warm-ups, and we're gonna kind of go over the comic idea that I have in mind, and then kind of tweak it. So I had a few ideas. I was thinking about my comic that I was doing, and I was thinking about it, and well, I was thinking about it, but I was thinking about like what needed to be done to it, because I was not quite committed to what I was working on. So I wasn't committed to him eating pizza. So I thought to myself, maybe uh, for this comic, he's sitting down. He's sitting down. He's eating like cereal. I think it'd be funner, more enjoyable for him to have like a utensil and like a box of cereal and then some coffee. So like maybe he's eating some or some toast. I don't know. He's eating cereal, I guess. He has some coffee to the side, and it's morning. He's tired. I'm thinking maybe make the character that I'm working on tired and sleepy, um, and so forth. So right now I'm just going to get kind of warmed up here to the idea of drawing because um, I haven't really done much drawing lately, or I've done drawing, but it's not like the kind of drawing that entails with comic art. It's kind of been very loose, and I do these warm ups. I'm gonna do these warm ups for about 5-10 minutes. I don't know, simply because the when I'm doing these live streams and I'm doing a comic or any live stream really is I'm coming off at a different mental state than normal. So I'm coming off like I'm not always thinking about art. I'm coming off like what would it be like? What would be a reference, a good analogy? I'm not in the state of like creative state. I'm not in the creative state, but I'm also not in the position in the state where my hand and my eyes and my body are fully with it. Um, and it's very rare for me to get to that point. It takes me. I know me personally. In order for me to get that moment of like flow, I need to be drawing for about an hour where where like all the outside worries of the world go away. And so and that usually takes me about 30 minutes to an hour. And it's more like I liken it to like meditating. If anyone that does meditation, you know that when you meditate, your mind is constantly pulling you uh, away from the state of not thinking. So you're constantly being pulled into something. And so with meditation, you're constantly trying to remove thoughts from your day to day, from your mind. And you'll find that it's very hard to do that. It's very hard to be in that state of like just in the moment and recognizing that you have thoughts. Um, and so what I've noticed that for me to draw, it takes me about an hour to really kind of get into that zone. Kind of like studying. You know, when you're a kid in high school or college, I guess, when you're studying like the first hour, like 20 to 20 minutes to like 45 to like an hour long, you're like, I just hate studying. You couldn't you're trying your best to study, but you're not really studying. You're just like reading stuff and looking at flashcards. You're not really focusing um because you're trying your best to escape the activity at hand. And art can be like that where you're trying to escape the activity. Um, and it usually takes me about an hour to get into the that activity. Unfortunately, I can only do with these live streams. I can only do about I have to jump. I can only do 30 minutes, so I'm never in that state of like drawing flow that I'd like to be in. I haven't had that for years because I don't have. It sucks. Oh gosh. I technically I do have that amount of time available, but I don't, if that makes any sense. Um, I don't have an hour. I have an hour. I have like 2 hours of free time or 3 hours of free time at night, but I don't have that time, right? So I have that time, but I don't. So it's hard to kind of get into that state of flow. So I'm just kind of drawing like shapes at the moment. I don't know what I want to do with these warm-ups. I'm just kind of doing stuff and kind of getting my hand kind of primed, kind of escaping the nervousness of doing a live and to do something that is in all to me in honesty it's kind of it's nerve-wracking to do a live and to draw and to put yourself out there in this type of setting. It's always been very nerve-wracking to me, which is I'm kind of very fascinated by the average person, like people just putting their themselves out in these platforms and doing really embarrassing things. And I'm like, I mean, the reason why I'm always nervous about it is because I do enough embarrassing things in these live streams. I've had my fair share of gaffes, and it's like, oh boy, I'm a grown person, I'm grown up, and I'm a grown up, I think, making these gaffes. All right, so I think we're done just doing that kind of warm ups. So what we had here is we had this was the kind of the idea was I have I have him. He's my character Box. He's a Box character. Or Mr. Box. I don't know. Uh, he's a reanimated Box who's sentient. I guess I don't know why. And he has another character, a sidekick called Weenie, and he's supposed to be like a hot dog. But they don't like. He doesn't like Weenie. He finds him to be rather annoying because he can't talk. The Weenie's vocabulary consists of yip yap yip yap yap yip 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 yap. He doesn't, and he's like Groot, but only instead of like using instead of I'm Groot, he just yips incessantly. So he's not as endearing as Groot. So I had this idea of him just standing there and eating pizza. But then midway through, I thought, well, maybe we should do the same idea, but instead of him like instead of him, what would you call it? Instead of him like standing, he's sitting down, and I think I want to have him instead of him sitting down. I think I want to have him standing up and eating pizza. I think I'm gonna have him sit down and like he's gonna be um eating pizza. So this comic is gonna take forever for me to do because I'm gonna be spending like it's gonna be done at 20 minutes at a time. So I'm not gonna get a lot done. So let's let's kind of like storyboard that idea a little bit. Let's just go by panel by panel. Um, I think actually we're gonna go. We'll just do a quick little thing like so this panel he's right here. I think what's gonna happen is the character's right here, and he might be like maybe he has his hand on his face like this, you know. He's kind of tilted like this, and it's morning. So like let's just little quick storyboard here. Like so this is supposed to be the dinner table or the table that he's at, and he's got the there's the image there. That's the picture of the cactus, and then we're gonna have right here his like let's have some cereal or something kind of coming off the frame here. You know, some like cereal. He's got a bowl. And maybe some coffee. So I think what I'm gonna have to do is we're gonna have to the frame's gonna be larger. So like it's gonna have to be like a larger frame, like maybe even something like this, like a large frame. I think I'm gonna do like 3 panels per frame because I don't know. Maybe keep it like that. I don't know. I'm not much of a comic artist, so I don't know where to frame everyone. And then maybe there's a this feels a little crowded. So he's just kind of sitting there. Maybe he has his arm. He has his arm right here. I don't know. This is going to take some thought here. So this is just kind of like the precursors. It's going to take me a while to really get used to this type of mentality. It's this type of drawing. But already I feel like it's a little bit more confident than the last one. So I don't know what I should be doing. Maybe it's not that frame. Maybe let's do this again. We're gonna make him oh, excuse me. So we're gonna make the so maybe we'll have one frame like this, kind of setting the scene, like a larger one, right? And he's just he's I want to kind of think like he's got these tired eyes. What would tired eyes look like? Like this, or no, no. What would tired eyes look like? Oh, maybe he had his eyes like this, and they're kind of like that. Looks like he's sad. How about there we go, something like that, where that's what we want. We want like he's got these circular eyes, and they're kind of like this, right? And he's got like bags underneath his eyes, and he's kind of like that. So and he's kind of like this, right? So he's kind of like tired a little bit, and maybe he's kind of tired, and then maybe he's just like a um oh no, what would he be doing? He'd just be kind of this kind of sitting there. Maybe he has his hand on his face right here, like that. Maybe he's doing like he's kind of leaning down, and maybe he's slouching. Maybe he's leaning back a little bit. And then he has, I don't know, right here. Maybe his coffee's right here. And yeah, so something like this might be something where he's kind of like, he's like, just tired, because it's like 6 a.m. Maybe we put like a clock behind him. I don't know. Something to kind of show that he's just getting up. What if he's wearing like PJs? What would PJs look like? I don't know. So he's leaning on the table here. He's got his coffee, right? He's got his coffee. There's his hand. It's supposed to be his hand. And there you go. I think this might be what I'm going for, where he's kind of like, I'm just trying to figure out how he kind of looks like he's kind of waking up, and he's got coffee. He's kind of doing the coffee thing, and then there's a bowl of cereal right here with a spoon in it, and then maybe off to the side you have a box of cereal with uh, flakes or something. I don't know. And he's sitting there, and so that's him. He's just kind of like it's tired, and then off to the side you see you hear like a little word like it goes, "Yep." All right. So I think that is a good start. I think I want to do that, and maybe right here, either right here or right here. Let's just start right here and see what happens. We're gonna put the cactus. Are gonna show my little cactus drawing on the edge here as kind of like a little Easter egg from all my other drawings. So that's gonna be like the beginning of a cactus drawing. And I had this idea of having like a cheesy wallpaper. Like, what if I were to do like the background? I'm gonna show you like those that really ugly like pink that they used to have in the 90s. I thought that'd be kind of fun that to have as like something in the background. You know, like an ugly color for the background, like wallpaper. So I think that's going to be my first panel. Something like that, and then the next panel would be, let's see, the next panel would be, let's see. Uh, I'm gonna title this my layers. Panel one, rough, something like that, and make another layer. And so the next panel would be him like him just so this is the same thing as previous, but I'm trying to make it a little more elaborate. So next layer would be he would be like let's just make it we're gonna make the panels large, and then we're gonna figure out how I'm gonna organize them on a page, you know? Um just to make it easier for me right now. And so this one, it's gonna be he's gonna be leaning back again, and then maybe he has the he's drinking the coffee. All right, he's drinking the coffee like this. What would that look like? Would it look like, I think something like that. I don't know. So he's drinking coffee. I don't know what that would look like. Maybe I don't even show his mouth. Maybe I just do that. He's kind of like, I'm so tired. I don't know what I did last night. I'm a box. Why am I a box? Right, why am I a box? Blah, blah, blah. I gotta really get my scaling right on this. And then he's, like, leaning back a little bit, and then he's got placed his arms, like, placed, like, planked out on the table more. I don't know. Something like that, right? And slurp. Again, proportions. This is all going to be tweaked to get proportion. Actually, I keep saying it, and then I don't like tweak it. I'm just trying to get the idea set out first. And he's got his bowl of cereal right here, and then like the cornflakes. Again, same stuff. Flakes, table. Maybe we pivot the table a little bit like this, so it's like at a slight angle, and then the uh, the cactus painting, and you see yip, yap coming off the frame there, and he's got slurp. Whatever. What would you do like a slurp, right? And then it shows them maybe, and it's maybe the frame below is like he's so maybe the frame below it shows him, I don't know, he's like eating some cereal, maybe, I don't know, like it's kind of, let's do a face here with the something like that. We're gonna put the frame of cereal in the frame, and like the cereal in the frame here, the bowl of cereal, so you can see that he's eating cereal. So it's like eating cereal now, and let's see here. Is he still tired? Let's gonna make it. We're just gonna make him kind of still tired. Yeah, so something like that. He's kind of like doing his tired thing, like that, right? And then maybe like there is outside the frame of this frame, you can see yip, yap, yip, kind of like up there. And then who knows? I don't know what I do after this one. Okay, so then maybe it's this. He doesn't have the next frame would be the next little panel would be like something like this where he's again, these are just all kind of like just it's just my just some idea of where this is going. right? And he's the next frame is him with this like it shows him with a spoon, maybe, right? I don't know. I don't know. Maybe that doesn't need to be in there. Maybe let's take the spoon out. Actually, let's kind of erase all that. And now it's just him, just so now he's a little bit more awake. And he's eating like cereal. And now he's got like a raised eyebrow. So maybe kind of give like him some eyebrows for expression. And then maybe like I'll put like maybe there's some text here. It says crunch, crunch, like he's eating. I don't know. And then maybe like right under here you see yip, yap, yip, yap. Right. So something like that. So yip, yap, yip, yap. Oh, and that's just kind of like the start of it. I don't know. The thing about this is I need to write this down and kind of get it really in play here. So I think those will be like kind of like the panel here, and then much like the first panel. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I like the one where he like the other this one where he's not this one, but like I like the idea, but I like the where this is going. Oops, because we're establishing that it's morning. He's like, tired, and then you hear yip, and the guy's like, he slurps some coffee, and then he puts a thing of cereal in. He's crunching it, right, and then maybe that's how many panels is that? One panel, 2, 3, 4, and then next we'll do another one. The fifth one would be like let's see. The fifth one be let's just do him. Let's do hit like pan to him where he's just like let's just say that he is like he's inquisitive. Um maybe there's a frame where he's just kind of like he's just not doing anything. What would be like what would be a frame that shows him not doing anything? Let's just do like a maybe it would be a frame where he's staring at the screen, the viewer, and he's just like getting a little frustrated. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. So he's like doing something like this and he's like little bit angry, and then maybe his next face, the next panel will be him showing some anger. Like what would it be? So he's getting angry now. Something like that. I don't know. And then the next one, I don't know. I have to think about this. I had the first few things kind of just in my head, but I don't know whether or not how I'm going to structure the last few panels. It's very simple. I just got to figure out how I want his expressions to be. Um, the next few panels, because the next few panels he's starting to wake up and he's starting to realize uh, all that yipping and yapping is getting really annoying, and so like maybe the fifth panel he's awake and he's not doing anything. Like he's just awake and he's just staring with like his eyes are more surprised looking. So maybe he would have like he would have something like I wonder if I should give him eyes like that. No, I don't like that. That feels too much like Family Guy. And then eyes that are kind of like this. So I'm trying to go through the facial expressions of my character here of how he's getting like. So is he going to be like? What I'm wondering is it going to be like this where he's at first it's becoming like he's like surprised like this because all of a sudden the next frame is him just sitting there with I don't know, cereal in his mouth. I don't know, something like that. And the characters, the next the text is just going yip yip yip, and it's just filling up the entire page. And then he gets angry. I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. Anyways, I got something to think about for my next day, but I think there's been some progress for this. So I got some ideas here. This is kind of nice. I'll have to work on it more. But hopefully I'll be able to get like at least the outline of the drawing done. So that is it for the day. Let me write down day 277. Yeah, 277. Hopefully, by the end of the week, I will have not 272. Hopefully, by the end of the week, I will have um, the rough done. You know, we'll see. I don't have a script. I'm just kind of making it up, and then eventually I'll be able to do this. I'll be able to spend a little bit more time on it. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed today's live art stream. This is Pierson here. We're drawing comics, and it's going to be a slow process for quite a while, but I think we're making some headway. I think we're making some good headway. I think we got some nice ideas kind of brewing here. I just got to figure out how I want them to go. I'm not really a comic artist, so we'll see what happens. I have ideas though. Anyways, I hope you have a wonderful day. This is Pierson. I am the number one live art streamer in the world. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. I hope you have a wonderful day. Cheers.